Hello everyone, it's Aaron McGrew here. I'm here to talk about social anxiety. Well, I've dealt with social anxiety, like severely, since I was about like 8, going on 9 I want to say, so probably about like 19 years. Well, for this vlog, I wanted to do more of like a detailed thing. It's for like some things that people like us have to deal with on a regular basis. Because this is not just like normal fear. It's not just being shy. Like this is, well, it's a disorder really. It's a lifestyle and, well, it consumes like your every thought. Literally your every thought. So it pretty much becomes like an identity. Well, I was on Pinterest and I found some social anxiety things. And I don't know who the pinner was, who the original person of that, but there's a list here that she wrote a bunch of like different things that social anxiety affects, and I just thought, you know what, why not? Why don't I just like pick and choose some of them, because they're pretty much me, and I just want this video to help anyone else out there who struggle with social anxiety, just to let you know that you are most definitely not alone. Okay, number 1. Answering the door. When the doorbell rings, it's not just, I just don't go like, oh, I wonder who that is. It's more like, can they see me? Oh, Girl Scout? Jehovah's Witness? Number 2, answering the phone. Well, if it's my house phone, I won't even look at it. I won't touch it. But like on my cell phone, as soon as I feel it vibrating, my heart starts beating. Because nobody calls me. Hardly anybody ever calls me. So like if somebody's calling me, it's a panic attack. Number 3, walking past people. And like when somebody's coming this way and you're going that way, it's like it's like that awkward. It's so awkward. When is the correct time to make eye contact? And when is the correct time to say hello and acknowledge? Number 4, why am I even counting? I don't even know. Public restrooms, or restrooms in general. Oh my goodness. If someone is in a public restroom, I am holding it for the rest of the day. Or at least I'll go walk by and like look around something that like I'm not interested in. And then I'll just kind of like, out of my peripheral vision, see if anybody comes out. And I will monitor. I've actually monitored a bathroom for like well over an hour, like monitoring like who is all in there and who's all coming out, and I'll determine to see if it's empty, because like I will only go if no one is in there, because I am so embarrassed about bodily functions. Can we just talk about bathrooms in people's homes when you're visiting and their bathroom is like near like the kitchen or wherever you're sitting, like if you're all sitting in the living area and then like a bathroom's like right next door? I cannot. You know, for that purpose, I, for many years, have always sat when I peed. Not even gonna lie, because I am so embarrassed when bathroom sounds happen. It's so embarrassing. It's like the worst. I even get embarrassed when like someone else is going to the restroom and I overhear things. And especially if there's like other people, if there are other people with me, I automatically turn red because I'm like, I can hear you! Big crowds. Oh my goodness. Can we just not? Job interviews. Feeling sick? Because you start worrying about, I mean, it's not really a social anxiety, it's just worrying about like if you're gonna get sicker, like what are your symptoms gonna be? Stupid things you have said in the past. If you say one thing in a conversation that's just kind of like awkward, you'll seriously worry about it for years. Saying no. Socially anxious people are pretty much just people pleasers. They're extreme people pleasers. Keeping a conversation flowing. That ain't gonna happen. We cannot leave voicemails. Actually, I take that back. We can leave voicemails, but only if we write it out and read it. I would always have to call back. It's always on the second or third time waiting for the answering machine. Then I would leave the message that I had typed out and like erased and like scratched out and defined words. I'm like, okay, is this word okay? It's like, do I have everything I need in here that I'm gonna say? Okay, is it all there? Okay. And then usually when we leave the message, we're tripping over the words and we're like doing our awkward laughs. Eating in front of people! Oh! Oh, okay, this was kind of funny. Well, I go to these church conventions every once in a while, which requires us to stay, well, it depends on where it is, but it often requires us to stay overnight in a hotel with people if we're in a group, a large group. And sleeping with someone is just not my favorite, especially if it's like an acquaintance, because you will literally get no sleep that whole night because you're constantly worrying about, like, you will not move a muscle. You'll barely breathe, and like your body will get so achy, and then like if you move, you're worrying, it's like, is this person gonna wake up and yell at me and never want to speak to me again? Did I just touch that person's leg with my foot? Ooh. Knowing how to comfort people. It's usually something like, I'm sorry. Paying for things at cashiers, or like going out to eat. Anytime you have to deal with like the public, asking for help in a store. Even if a person comes up to you and be like, hello, can I help you? And we'll say no. We never ask for help. We would rather die than ask for help. Panicking when it is your turn to order in a restaurant. Personally, I don't even go to restaurants unless I go online, I look through their menu, and I decide what I want. And I make a mental list of like any alterations. I think about what I want to drink. I calculate my price and how much I'm gonna tip. And man, if we get to the restaurant and the waiter says we're out of that, okay, picking out an outfit. Like right now, you may think like I look comfortable, I look fine. But like out in public with these short sleeves, I feel really like, oh my gosh, is this too risque? Am I showing too much skin? Is my neckline too low? Can they see my cleavage? Seeing someone from a distance, from a long distance away, and they shout at you because they recognize you. So how do you respond? I don't yell. I don't yell back. If someone's like a mile away and they're like, Aaron, Aaron! It's like, I don't know what to do. I'll probably wave, but like my voice is not gonna be like, I mean, I usually say something, but it's usually like, hi. Crossing the road when there are cars waiting. My goodness. Holding babies. Or being around children, like you just don't know how to function. Whenever I'm around kids, like the thing that's on my mind is, okay, how do their parents raise them? Like, is anything I'm gonna say to them, is that gonna contradict what their parents taught them? Am I gonna like abuse them if I say this a certain way? Sometimes it's simply, what if they don't like me and they don't accept me? Trying on clothes in a changing room. Woo! I used to never try anything on. I would just buy something, or I would pick something off the shelf or the hanger or whatever, and then I'd look at it and be like, I think that'll fit me. I don't know. And then I'll buy it. And I'll try it on at home, and if it doesn't fit, more often than not, I'll probably give it to Goodwill, probably throw it away, depending on how much it is. Because, like, you know, returning it just kind of feels awkward. Because when you go up, it's like, you wonder if the cashier's gonna be like, well, what's wrong with it? Why don't you like your stuff? Why did you buy it if you weren't gonna wear it? Hanging out with a friend one-on-one. Please punch me in the face. If we plan something with somebody, or something, well, we planning something, that's not gonna happen. If someone else plans to meet with us, we set up a date for something, anything, not a romantic date, but just like a date in general, we worry about it for weeks. Or as soon as we make the plan, like our minds are constantly, excuse me, Clay, I am talking, quit barking please, I love you, but shut up. We worry about it weeks in advance. You are so rude right now. It's like if it's somebody I'm trying to get to know, or somebody whom don't know that very well, it's very hard because when the attention's on you, you're suddenly subconscious about every single thing. Do my nails look okay? Does my hair look okay? Am I making too much eye contact? Am I making too little eye contact? Am I speaking at a reasonable voice level? Or am I too soft? Am I too loud? Am I breathing correctly? Like, are they offended by the way I breathe? Oh, I just had like a weird comment come to my mind. I wonder if they can read my mind. Do I smell? Do they realize I don't understand anything they're saying? Do they even like me? This person hates me right now. Does my breath stink? Do they know my past? Are they judging me by my past right now? They hate me. Oh my gosh. I hope what I'm wearing matches. Oh my goodness. I just stared down. I just looked at the chest. They probably think I'm a pervert. Oh my goodness. I'm dying. And once we leave the conversation, unless they say something, we're done. We're done. We are just done. It is over with that relationship unless they keep it up. Looking at me right now in my video, talking to you as simply as I am right now, this is not me in person. I've had people make that mistake. Or people who met me on the internet and they only knew me through my videos and through my Facebook posts, my internet presence. On the internet, we can be whoever we want to be. On the internet, I am like this exotic, like flamboyant, like outgoing freak that she can just like say everything and anything like so eloquently and just like so like boisterously and beautifully and robustly, but in person, I am as shy as a mouse, and it's not like I'm purposely doing it. It's something that happens, like as soon as people are in your presence, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, they just shut down. Anxiety also affects your sleep. So many people who are anxious never sleep. And they have lots of nightmares too. They mainly have trouble sleeping when they have to get up early in the morning because they're constantly thinking, oh, what time is it? What time is it? Am I late? How much time do I have left? Okay, 2 hours of sleep. Our kind of people, my kind of people, we realize how irrational this kind of thinking is. But when you're in the moment, you don't think. You don't think logically. It's all about, oh my goodness, I'm in pain. I feel like I'm just gonna like explode with nasties. I need this to stop. Seriously, social anxiety, it's not just a fear of people. Like it affects literally every second of your day, or every thought that you think. When anxiety attacks happen like full out, like the hands will get clammy, the mind is going a million miles per minute, like your throat starts to get really dry, you get dry mouth, and sometimes your head will start to pound. You'll experience kind of like this out-of-body experience where it's like you're completely beside yourself. You're kind of like viewing yourself from an outside perspective. It's like you're excusing yourself from, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you're not there. You're there, but you're not there. You're physically there, but you're not mentally there. And that is frustrating. A lot of people get nauseous. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna puke, like, all the time. I never do, but I feel like I'm gonna puke. Well, that's all for today's video. So, if any of you lovely people struggle with social anxiety and you just have some symptoms that I didn't mention in here, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And I would just love to read them and cry with you because, oh my goodness. But if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. And I just post videos whenever I feel like it. It could be every day, it could be never. It all depends on how my social anxiety is affecting me. Oh gosh. Well, bye! But often I was alone. But I know on the weekends I got to see my brother, because he would always come over on the weekends, and he was pretty much the only friend I had as a child. Every time Sunday came along, I was always so sad. I would always cry when he had to leave.